Alright, just a little add-on to the what the fuck, because it's kind of long. I think it's going to be 2 parts, and walk and talk stuff, and it's going to be late, and whatever. You know, busy day. Yeah, so I did watch a little The Amazing Atheist blog TV, and it was just kind of ironic, because, you know, the moment I put it on, he's picking his nose again, and talking about picking his nose, and it's just... And then he starts talking about how he would love to have a job at a slaughterhouse, and so whatever. And so, click, turned it off. I did have a little banner I always got on the screen, you know, so I guess you can do that, and you know, running across saying donate, 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 and all that crap. So, but whatever. So yeah, I don't really have. I'm losing interest fast. So, fake Sagan's gone, Cody's, you know, whatever. You know, the only left really is Tommy from the Bronx, and he's been kind of boring. So the little club, the little what I call them, the scumbags. Yeah, I guess they're breaking up. You know, they had their time. One-hit wonder. But anyway, so on to the what the fuck, which is kind of bouncing around and whatever, but whatever, it's a video.
What the fuck, outdoor edition, I guess. At least I do part of it outdoors, walking to my daily chore. So anyway, yeah, maybe I'll do The Amazing Atheist first. It's just it's a really awkward week, because there's, well, anyway, it's just weird subjects. But anyway, so The Amazing Atheist, yeah, he'll be unsuspended, I think, what, Tuesday or Wednesday or something. So I guess we could expect a big comeback video of some sort. But I did see on one of his blog TV thingies that he did say something like in 6 months he doesn't figure on still making YouTube videos, because I guess he figures his own website will be, you know, off the ground enough, I guess, to just sustain him in the luxury he's kind of become accustomed. You know, so he figures on, I guess, being able to replace the money that YouTube generates for him. You know, it is a real problem. I mean, it's going to be awkward for him to have an account with 2 strikes on it, because, you know, it really does stifle, you know, what you do with the, you know, how you make your videos. But he doesn't necessarily make unscripted videos anyway. I mean, they do have a confined agenda, so he might be able to work that out okay. Anyway, Cody, I'm not watching his videos anymore. I finally just said forget it. He hasn't said anything meaningful for like 3 months. His last video, he's begging for money for other people now. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So Tommy from the Bronx, yeah, I made another video nagging at somebody because, you know, they insulted somebody's kids or something. I mean, he really is sometimes just, I don't know, he goes to these extremes. I mean, he's Mr., you know, goody two-shoes 1 minute. You know, the next minute he's telling stories about how at restaurants, if somebody pisses him off, he basically threatens to, you know, break their face. And I thought it was a little bit funny in one video, just because I can understand where that macho thing works sometimes. You can intimidate some guys. I mean, but there's some guys, you know, let's say that you even did have a fight and you did break his face. He would just take that as a good cause. Like, okay, yeah, you beat me in a fight, but I'll get you, you fuck. And, you know, all of a sudden you find sugar in your gas tank or something. I mean, I think it's kind of a dangerous way to get through life. Especially over people making noise in a restaurant, you know. I mean, if your cousin owns a restaurant and he ain't taking care of that problem, then maybe your argument's with him, you know, and not the moronic patron. It's sort of the restaurant's obligation to keep the atmosphere pleasant. But anyway, not really atheist news there so far. So who else made some videos? Karina had a comeback video. She hadn't made one for a couple of weeks. Really good video. Had some, you know, personal life crapola happen to her. You know, so she's probably going to be a little bit distracted for a while. You know, so, I mean, you know, crap happens, as they say. Shit. But anyway, she was in stick cam for a half an hour last night, and well, whatever, I won't go into the details, but just, pain in the ass life stuff. So, who else? Let's see, anybody make any videos? Matt made some boring ones. Blah, 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 poetry, blah, 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 nonsense, drivel. Math fails. At least did concede he understands there are truths in the universe that aren't necessarily truthful descriptions of physical things. There are also descriptions of interactions and manifestations of physics. So that was progress, I would say. Whatever. Let's see. All right, well, I'll move on to Stickam, and then I'll throw in some other regular stuff if I think of it. Well, there was a couple of good what the fucks. I mean, both the Highlander guy and Dario both did one, and that was good. It's just good to have people talk about things they don't necessarily, it's not on their agenda per se, and so you get some insight, which is always kind of good. Highlander guy, he had some kind of hospital thing, and he's not talking about it. So I don't know. So some kind of private surgery, I guess. But had a big giant wart, removed from his ass or something. I don't know. No, I shouldn't laugh at it. Hospitals suck. But he seems cool with it. But anyway. So on to Stickam. Yeah, it was always a pretty good night. A little awkward. Started off kind of weird. A few trolls kept popping in. It was a little hard to get rolling with conversation. There's a good middle period there. The dentist guy. I'll post a link. Yeah. And he's a pretty articulate guy. And we had a pretty good conversation trying to weed out the subjective part of the value equation when it comes to pain and pleasure and desire. And I'll probably make a video based on the argument I made in that Stickam room, because I thought it was a pretty good argument. And we didn't necessarily come to an agreement, but I think he pretty much understood where I was going, which was, hey, it's better progress than I made with a lot of people. So that was pretty good. Some people really getting tired of the subject and kind of think there's something more important to talk about than the meaning of life, which, I say, well, come on, this is kind of big, there's really nothing more important than talking about the goal and whether we should be running in this direction. How we run, yeah, it's sort of important, but which direction we're running in seems like kind of the big, it's kind of like the one you got to get right. If you don't get that one right, you're kind of fucked. So anyway, I guess I'll cut it off here. Got some terrain to traverse, mud puddles and such. So, yeah, till next time. Well, till later in the video. Till I'll be back. I'll be back. Doing a return trip. So let's see where I left off. So I think we were in Stickam. So yeah, we had it was a good philosophy, and then we moved on to subjects like movies and such, and science fiction movies in particular, and that was okay. I mean, kind of the generic struggling for conversation stuff. And it was an okay night. It was kind of light in places and dark in others, and so adequate mix. And I don't know, I was a little awkward. I just felt awkward at times, but no Juliet. The regular women's weren't there. There were some women's, but they just weren't the regular ones, except for Nuclear, the one with the commie philosophy. But anyway, N142, whatever her name is, a girl was in there. She hung in there a long time again, so that was good. But she didn't have the red. She had the big hair this time. Well, it wasn't really big hair. well, whatever. It was, so anyway, the subject did get on sex eventually, which was sort of annoying. You know, it's a good subject, but I don't know, porno films and all that kind of stuff, and it just makes you feel kind of, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just not a good guy subject for me. You know, it's not like guy talk. But whatever, it was, you know, it's okay-ish, weird, awkward, and strange. So, damn, my arm is getting tired again. I think I'll put another edit in there, just for the hell of it. I had to switch hands because my arm got tired. But anyway, alright, so we'll get on to the, so later in the evening there was some discussion of sex, and it was a little bit awkward. Because, you know, it's mostly guys in the room and talking about porno films, and I don't know, it's what gets you off and all that kind of crap, and yes, I don't know, it's just a little creepy.